Been thinking a lot about leading through change and these dynamic times that we're living in right now, and it seems like every single day there's some new change and something new that we need to respond to. And the interesting thing about this for me is that working with my horses is always a reflection of the world that I'm living in. So I wanted to share with you today a couple of thoughts on my latest experience with Lemon Squeezy, my X-Race horse who I've been working with for a couple of years now. And our main focus has been on our relationship and on building trust and creating a safe place in which to build this partnership. And he's been doing pretty well. It's not a linear process. We go up and down, but he's been gaining lately a ton of confidence, which is so exciting. I love to see that. And at the same time, he's actually gone to the point of being overconfident and actually cocky and kind of challenging me in new ways. And he'll flip really fast from being a little bit insecure, being kind of sweet, and then, kind of up in the ante. And the same thing happens at work too, right? So the same thing can happen in an organization with the kind of situations that you're facing, whether it's a new project or new people or a new challenge, and you're going along and you're feeling like you're kind of feeling trusting and confident in yourself, and then something happens and you're like, whoa, and you get nervous and start to shrink back. You can even start to shrink back from your own goals when that starts to happen. Or you start feeling like, hey, I'm a rock star, I got this. And you go out there and you take that risk and you take that chance, and it's going really well. And then something else happens and you just, you go back to, oh my gosh, and go back into your shell. Totally normal. But it does require, as a leader of yourself, of others, whoever it is that you're leading, horse, it does require that you pay a lot of attention to the nuances and that you're able to read these subtle little signals that are happening all the time, and you're not locked into what happened yesterday or what happened 5 minutes ago, and be able to be fully present so that when those questions are asked of you as a leader, you can quickly assess in your mind multiple options and then be able to move forward with what you may deem to feel to be the best one in that moment. So that requires a real open mind, and I've failed many times. I've had the wrong response to many questions. I didn't even know what the question was sometimes. So this is a process, and it really begins with self-awareness. So whenever you're presented with something as a leader, be very mindful of first of all, what's being presented, the context in which it's being presented, and don't be too quick to reach back and say, oh, this is just like that, because it might be similar, but there might be a nuance there. So we need to really pay attention to the details. So for example, one tool that I use for this is visualization. If I'm going into a new space or something, I'll visualize the environment, the scene, the people, and with Lemon Squeezy, I'll go down to the arena sometimes and envision our ride and mostly the feel of the ride. So I'm getting clear on my plan. I'm also getting fueled with the right kind of calm confidence and being able to see where I'm actually holding and nervous, and get rid of that before I invite the horse into the arena. When you go down there, but what can happen though is you go into the meeting, you go into the new situation, or someone comes into your office, or I go down there with Lemon Squeezy and it's nothing like what you envisioned. And that's okay, because the most important thing is to be very present moment to moment and say, okay, that feels nothing, this feels nothing like what I intended, nothing at all. But what part of this, how can I show up as a leader in that future vision right now? And one thing I can do is be calm. That's a choice. I can calm myself, take a breath, and allow myself to just be in that moment with whatever is happening around me. And then that tends to open options for my own response. If I start to freeze and react too quick, I'm going to reach back into an old habit, an old pattern, some kind of a reflex response, which might not be what the new is asking. And that's what's happening for us right now with the pandemic and things that are evolving beyond. We're all being called forward to do things a little bit differently than we did in the past, and to be even more open-minded and more creative and more innovative in how we go about doing our work and how we show up in the world. So just wanted to share a few of those thoughts with you. I did have an absolutely beautiful ride with Lemon Squeezy yesterday. Yay, thank you, Lemon Squeezy. It was peaceful and beautiful, and I'm still savoring that moment. So I look forward to future moments, and I wish you the best of luck with this as well. And I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for stopping by.